What's up, y'all? What's up? Nick, Baby Santa, Albert. Appreciate y'all tuning in the chat already. What's up, guys? Couple more days, and we're right back in it. Nick said he's got to bench DJ Moore, Connor, Michael Thomas, and Puka. Got to bench one of those guys. Leaning to leave Puka on the bench. Stafford gonna have to go to his first read pretty frequently. I mean, Puka is a little bit banged up. Um, If you got to sit one, Connor's a little bit banged up too, I think. So I would keep an eye on that. Who's the Saints playing this week? Saints got the Panthers, so that's a pretty good matchup too. Yeah. And who's Connor playing? Giants, right? So yeah, keep an eye on the injury stuff. But if I had to sit one, it's either going to be probably Connor or Puka, and I'll probably lean towards Puka if I need to. But keep an eye on the injuries because that's going to change. Ask me again tomorrow night or Sunday morning. Just we'll see if anything changes there. Baby Santa said, "What's up, man? Need your help? I'm so lost. I got you, bro. That's what I'm here for, man. Appreciate you. I got to start two wide receivers and two flex. Okay, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Mike Will, James Conner, James Cook, Jamal Williams. Throw Jamal Williams out. We're not playing Jamal Williams. Um, let's see who is. I do like James Cook. They're going against the Raiders, so that's a pretty good play. We've got the Bucks against the Bears. That's a good play as well. I think you have a few guys to choose from that you should try and probably make a trade when you've got like decisions sometimes like this. Can you combine Evans and Connor, Godwin and Connor, Mike Will and Connor? I'd like to keep Cook, but can you take one of these guys? Can you make a trade? Just kind of tear up a little bit if you can. But if we got to one, two, three, four, so we got to sit two of these guys. So we're gonna sit Jamal Williams, and we'll sit. Again, keep an eye on Connor. He's a little bit banged up, so maybe you sit Connor there. Mm. Evans and Godwin, it's tough playing both of those guys too. So I don't think that offense. I don't know how good that offense is going to be to support both of those guys on the same team. I don't know if you want to have that. Yeah, try and cook up a trade. Any targets to suggest? Well, a lot of T. Higgins. I mean, people are down on T. Higgins. Anybody that people are kind of down on right now? Let me look at some of these wide receivers. AJ Brown. I mean, he might be a stretch for what you have there, but if somebody likes Mike Williams, any kind of top 20-ish wide receiver, really. Mm. DK, Waddle, another guy that didn't produce up to what people kind of wanted last week. Shop around in those area of kind of guys, but see, who needs a running back or who needs, two wide receivers. Maybe they want to split one guy. So look at the teams and then determine from there kind of, what you want to send out. So Albert, what's up, Albert? Kev, what to do, Kev? What to do? Going to any games this year, Stevie? I don't plan on going to any. I want to, but it depends. I went to the Washington game last year, which is like 4.5, 5 hours from me. And that wasn't bad. I didn't mind that drive. But if they were playing, we'll see. Nick said, "Would you trade DJ Moore for Javante in Dynasty? Kind of thin and all that RB." Only really got CMC, Pollard, and Connor. DJ Moore for Javante. I mean, I prefer the wide receivers, but what's the rest of your team look like? Can you afford to, move over some of that value over at running back? Because I mean, I love Javante, and I want to say yes, but what does your team look like? Yeah, I could cook up a trade. Yeah, all right. People down on London. Yeah, London's a good guy for Dynasty to try and get right now. You just have to be realistic and understand, like, he's not going to be the wide receiver you want him to be to win you a championship right now. But he's a guy that you got to be patient with. I mean, sometimes it takes these guys a few years to really get go. I mean, Stephon Diggs took what 5 years before he really took off. AJ Brown. I mean, the talent is there. We know that, but it's not till the situation changes and the QB changes that it starts to happen. So, One Nation, what up, One Nation? Did you trade Godwin and Connor for Keenan Allen? I was gonna say Keenan Allen, but I know you had Mike Williams on the team. Yeah, Keenan Allen could be a good target as well. I just, he is an older guy, so I just worry about the whole season. But if he can stay healthy, then yeah, he's gonna be an awesome guy to have. But yeah, I'd make that trade. I think Godwin could do better against the Bears secondary. Yeah, I definitely think he can do better against the Bears secondary. It's just going to matter what Baker Mayfield can do, if he's going to, be able to throw the ball well or not. But yeah, I think for now, like you have to play Godwin until further notice. We got to give him a little bit more time. Checking out the Colts versus Titans this year. Only thing playing. Okay, awesome. There you go. What do you think about the Vikings last night? Running game sus. Yeah, I mean, but we were down the whole game. Also, too many turnovers, so we had to kind of play a different ball game. The run was kind of out of it. So, but I mean, offensively we're good. We just got to stop the turnovers. I mean, the turnovers are what's killing us. The defense is actually playing really well. I think the first two games of the season, believe it or not. So, it's the turnovers that are kind of killing us right now. That needs to stop. I mean, we're 0-2. I think I was talking about it yesterday. If we can get to 3-3, I'd be happy with that because next week we got the Chargers, so that's a big game. If we can win at home against the Chargers, and then week 4 win against the Panthers, we'll be 2-2. Going into week 5, we play the Chiefs. Be realistically, okay, we're 2-3 at that point, and then week 6, I think we have the Bears. Yeah, we have the Bears. So if we can get to 3-3, I'll be okay with that. I'll be okay with that. I mean, there's good things to see, and then of course there's bad things to see, right? I mean, Madison couldn't do anything, um, but we were also down, so I think that'll change hopefully eventually. Wide receivers: CD, AJ Brown, Cup, DJ Moore, Hollywood. Can you trade like? hmm, I mean, you can. I mean, I'd rather try and get like at a Michael Thomas, Puka. You can use his upside, like I mean, his take advantage of the value of him right now. Michael Thomas, Puka. I mean, even Cup. If you could get out of Cup, if you wanted to, if this was the time that you want to get out of Cup, I don't mind getting out of DJ Moore if that's the guy that you choose to get out of. I mean, you do got CD, you do got AJ Brown. Can we tear down maybe from AJ Brown? Maybe you can pick up. Well, AJ Brown should be all right. I mean, he's due for some. He should have had the touchdown last night, so I think he'll be fine. Was this dynasty we were talking about, Nick? Yeah, okay, we're talking about dynasty. So, yeah, actually, if I could get out of Cup, I probably want to get out of Cup. Can we tear down from AJ Brown to? It's hard to say Devonta Smith. right now. That would be a good one. But like a P Higgins and a first. Mm. But I don't mind it. I mean, that's a fine trade if you want to get rid of DJ Moore. But I'd rather get rid of somebody else, like a Hollywood Michael Thomas or something. Godwin, Mike Williams, Judy, Montgomery. Am I picking one nation? Oh, flex two. My bad. I missed that part. Flex two. Godwin, Williams, Judy, and Monty. Mm, the Commanders. I mean, Judy's first game back could be a little risky, but I do like him. I do like him. I think I'm gonna go with Judy and who's the Lions got? The Seahawks. Monty. Oof. Judy Monty sounds interesting. It's hard to sit Godwin though at the same time. So Mike Will is pure upside. They are going against the Titans. They are kind of a slower team. Damn, because Monty's got a pretty good matchup too. If is it full PPR? If we're gonna flex and it's full PPR, give me Judy and Godwin. Give me Judy and Godwin. You'd also be starting Keenan at Mike. Well, I know, but you can make a move. If you get Keenan, then you make another move. You don't have to stop there, right? So just keep on going. So we'll make another move. Then you trade Mike Will and somebody else for somebody, So you can get all. You don't have to have both of those guys. Yeah, trash bench RBs are Mitchell, Dell, Warren, Hill, Hunt, Foreman, Murray, Strong. Okay. Full PPR, then probably go Judy and Godwin. I think one nation. Mike Williams could always catch a bomb, but you just never know when to play him. He also stays getting injured, but I might have to go Godwin and Judy there. Monty is very, very interesting though. Wouldn't be surprised if Monty goes a little off. Wouldn't be surprised at all. Yes, be prepared to hold Mike Will. Yeah, nobody does want him. That's another that's another problem. That's why I didn't draft him this year at all. I just kind of stayed away from him because that's the thing. It's like nobody ever wants him, you know, until unless he's going off. Like nobody ever wants him. Nobody ever wants him. Diaz, I'm interested to think about. I'm interested to hear what you think about the trade, which was what was it? Russell Wilson, Shaheed, and Kelly for the second, third, and Ayuk. It was kind of the best offer I found out there. Best offer I found out there, and I thought maybe that kind of gives me a chance to do something because I needed a running back also. So I was like, damn, if I'm getting Kelly too, trading Ayuk while the hype is there, and Ayuk finishes top 10, then I'll be kind of tight. But I don't know if I want to trade Garrett Wilson or not. I could. I could, but now I'm rolling with at least JJ and Ridley. Wilson is like my number three with Elijah Moore, Shaheed, and But all right, let's talk about some of these games coming up here. Like, let's talk about Packers Falcons, where Aaron Jones, we don't know if he's going to play or not, right? So you can fire up AJ Dillon. I mean, pay attention, obviously, see what happens as we get closer. We still got a few days, but AJ Dillon, keep an eye on Watson as well. See if these guys play or not. Let's see if Jordan Love can do what he did again last week. But I mean, listen, he played well last week, so his stock is obviously up right now. And people were, reluctant to even buy Jordan Love, and now people out there might be coming after him. Falcons, Algier, possibility, yeah, possibility of Dylan. There is a possibility of Dylan. We'll see what happens. Do they lean on the run? I mean, he's in his contract year, so who knows what they're going to do after this, right? That they try to get JT, right? So you know they they're in need of doing something. And does Dylan finally get his little chance here with if Jones is out? I mean, do they hold Jones out even if he could play just to kind of preserve him so he doesn't kind of re-injure it? So could definitely be a good play this week. I think Cordell Patterson is back from the Falcons. Interesting to see if he'll get any burn at all, or if it's just going to be straight Algier and Bijan. I guess you can fire up Algier. I mean, until further notice. So Drake London's got to ride the pine for now. It's hard to play Drake London if you got other options until we see something at a Ritter. Ritter's got to throw the ball though. I think that's the biggest problem is Ritter is just not throwing the ball. I mean, he had Pitts open a few times, reluctant to just throw the ball that way. Do the Packers come away with this, or do the Falcons take this game at home? What y'all think, Packers or Falcons? I know Hammer obviously would say the Packers, but if Aaron Jones is out, if Watson is out, is it then Falcons? Or is it automatically just Packers? I mean, honestly, I hope it is the Packers. I hope that the Falcons have to throw the ball, and I hope that Ritter sucks, and I hope that they, decide to play Heineke. Packers, yep, yep. Raiders, Bills. We just talked about James Cook a little bit, so James Cook. You can play as like an RB2 for the rest of the season. You can just leave him in there playing for the rest of the season, man. Hmm. I know, DS. I know. So I'm gonna hold it out. Let's see what happens for now, and then we'll make decisions as the week goes on. As the week goes on. So yeah, my backs are definitely weak. Absolutely, fucking JK killed me, but yeah, need a backup QB to take over. I am praying for a backup QB to take over. But it was just way too much to buy anybody else, any other QB, and so I got stuck with Russ. Yeah, I got no ammo this year to push anything, and I don't want to spend anything for next year. So we'll see what happens as we go down here. Yeah, I can't get a first and Diggs. I mean, he was trying to give me Diggs straight up. He offered me Diggs straight up, and I was like, "Damn, I don't know if I want to do that. I could use the production for definitely, but he ain't gonna give me a first on top of it. There's no way. There's no way. So that's my problem there. Because we're still early. People are still trying to win at the moment. So I gotta search and see. Yeah, I know. I know. Same kind of situation, without the QB. I think I said it earlier in the stream, it took Diggs what, 5 years, right? AJ Brown, it's gonna take these guys a while. So oh it's it's tough. And that's the thing, is like, because he's now in that kind of tier, it's like shit, like Diggs straight up fucking sounds good, but I'm like, damn, I don't know if I could do that straight up. Then I'm really old, even though the production is might save me. Like, that's the predicament that I'm in right now. I'm trying not to rush it. Good thing I didn't rush it right away. I wound up finding this deal, so just gotta pray from here. What is Christian Watson out with? Let me see what it is specifically. I literally have no shares of Christian Watson. Hmm. All right, so he is questionable after. So he had a limited practice. That's encouraging. Hamstring? No, hold on. No, Aaron Jones is the hamstring. Dubes is the hamstring. Watson missed the opener. Sleeper on the. Oh, it was a hamstring injury for him too. So they're all dealing with hammies right now. I know, I know, I know. So I gotta find somewhere where I can get production with it if I'm gonna wind up doing that. So I'll search tonight, search tomorrow, see if I can find something. See if I can find something. But yeah, he was only trying to give me digs, and I couldn't really pull the trigger on that. Mhm. Are you don't you have Mike Evans? You trying to give me Evans in the first tier? Or Keenan Allen in the first? What? I might not be able to get a hero running back right away. I might have to wait it out a few weeks, but we'll see. I can buy Antonio Gibson. I got Antonio Gibson already, I think. Do I have Antonio Gibson in this league? I don't even know. Hold on. Yeah, I already got Antonio Gibson in this league, and he gave me a whole fucking like .9 points last week, I think it was. My guy couldn't even get me to one, so that was not encouraging. But B Rob is just not that good, so hopefully they just realize that and start giving Gibby more work. No, no, I know, DS. I know. I appreciate you. I had to get this deal done first. Now I gotta focus on making the next move. So you did good. Appreciate you, DS. Appreciate the support there. Appreciate. Yeah, I know you weren't. That's why I didn't even ask you about Mac Jones, because I'm like, I know Diaz is just gonna fucking try and take me for everything I got. So I originally just wanted to get a QB to just fill the spot because I was like, all right, I have some pretty good wide receivers here where let me just try and fill the spot, but I could not for any reasonable price get anybody out there um at all. Even Zach Wilson. I mean, couldn't buy him for a second. So I was like, forget that. Yep, I know, I know. That's why I'm trying not to yeah. And even if I figure we'll see what happens over the next couple weeks if I'm winning right now and then take it from there. But yeah, this league I decided to take the chance and got screwed. Like I've got um Richardson, Watson, Watson, Allen Watson. Like I've got QBs in my other super flex leagues, and I mean it's the perfect example of what not to do. Right, you trade your first, and then all of a sudden week one, fucking two guys go out for the whole season. Right, I lose JK, and I lose Aaron Rodgers. Right, just ridiculous, redonkulous. But I feel a lot better now that I got the QB. So I've got some other moves. I got some moves I can try. I can try and make. We'll see what happens. People I'm trying to trade for right now. Anybody that really didn't do good week one. I mean T Higgins, Joe Burrow. I mean somebody put Joe Burrow on the block right after the game in one Superflex league. So I just started throwing everything. Couldn't get a deal done, but the fact that he was just available all just because of that was crazy. Yeah, QB was always king. Absolutely, Diaz. You're good now. Wait till you know for sure you're playoff bound, then find a way to get a hero running back. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm gonna try and do. Zach Moss, of course, Zach Moss. Oh, of course, Zach Moss. But yeah, we'll see what happens within the next few weeks and kind of take it from there. But Bills, I mean, Diggs, Kincaid, it's really all you can start other than James Cook, of course. Josh Allen better stop turning the ball over. Diggs is going to be awesome like always. And for the Raiders, you got to keep an eye on the Raiders too. I mean, Jacoby Myers, was he officially ruled out yet? Yeah, so Jacoby Myers is out, officially ruled out. And then Devontae, I think he's going to be playing, not on the final week two injury report. So, all right. So, Devontae's good to go. No Myers. Fish and bread will keep a poor man fed. Oh, man. Ravens Bengals. So I think the Bills obviously I think they beat the Raiders, but then you got the Bengals and the Ravens. That should be a good game as well. Does Joe Burrow bounce back? Does T Higgins bounce back? Jamar Chase? Did these guys bounce back? Does Lamar bounce back? Is Andrews really all good to go? Does he have a game? What happens with Zay Flowers? Does he still get, 9 catches? I mean, it seemed like they just wanted to get the ball to him any way they could, close to the line of scrimmage, some short passes, just get the ball in his hands. So the day's looking good. Running back, who's it going to be? Justice Hill or Gus Edwards? It's hard to choose between any of those guys right now. So kind of got to stay away unless you have to play one. Maybe Hill is the goal line guy and Gus is the other guy. You got Melvin Gordon that just came up as well. So That'll be interesting. Joe Mixon should be fine. Bengals should hopefully bounce back. I mean, they got to bounce back. Joe's got to bounce back. Lions Seahawks, that's going to be a good one. I like Monty in this game. Amon Ross obviously going to do his thing. Golf will be fine. Gino better get back on track. Do we see some more JSN this week? I think he had like a 20% target share. Traded Swift. I saw, bro. I saw that. That was redonkulous. That's crazy. Swift for QJ. I like that. That's a good move. That's a real good move. I didn't have any Swift, but perfect opportunity to sell high. I doubt he gets whatever he had, 25, 28 carries, whatever it was again. Um, but he'll break down soon if that's the type of usage he's gonna get. But I doubt that happens again. Too many injuries. Ash Reynolds could be a decent play. I mean, 4 for 80 last game. Lockett better do something this game too. After doing nothing last week, maybe we see a high scoring game. Maybe they shoot it out. Maybe they shoot it out. Chargers and Titans. Eckler, hopeful. So Kelly looks like he's going to be the lead guy. Dotson, Spiller behind him. So Eckler out. That's big. That's big there. Herbert, Mike Will, of course, one of those hit or misses. Does Quentin Johnson get more involved this week? We saw all kind of the rookies just not get as much burn that first week, but they'll get more burn as the week goes on. You know, I don't think Kelly gives you the same production as last week. I'm actually encouraged by Kelly's production because they've always wanted another guy to take carries. Eckler doesn't want all the work, and he even said it. I think he was on with Matt Harmon, and he was saying that he's excited to have a guy that can take on work, and he doesn't have to be the only guy. It's not like a drop off when somebody else comes in. So that was encouraging to see. I think he does. He's a decent RB for the rest of the season. Does he give the same production as last week? I don't know. That'll be tough, but I think he'll have the opportunities. So Ayuk Ford and his own 24 first, which is likely late. Yeah, that's true for G Will, Tony, and 23 Fab. So now I have the most Fab in the league, just in case I'm all in a bit. Okay, Ayuk Ford and his own 24 first, which is likely late for G Will, Tony, and 23 Fab. Okay. Yeah, I'll take Ayuk so you took Ayuk first and Ford. You gave up G Will Tony. No, you got the Fab. You said now I have the most Fab in the league, just in case I'm all. Okay, so you got G Will and Tony. I got you. Yeah, I like that Diaz. I like that Diaz. And that's the next game too, right? Chargers, Titan. D Hop targeted a lot. Didn't come down with a lot of them, but he's a little banged up right now too. We got to keep an eye on that. Derrick Henry, does he get some more work this week? That was interesting to see. Spears take a lot of work. So we'll see. We'll see what happens this week, but I don't think you need to be worried about Henry. Tony as a wide receiver 8. Oh, geez, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. D Hop's got the high ankle. Yeah, yeah. Burks could be interesting play if D Hop doesn't go. But again, I mean, D Hop, the older wide receiver, already one game. We try and stay away from these guys, and I mean, this is why. Bears and Bucks. Does Mayfield come out 2-0? Like, bro, Mike Evans, Godwin. He's got some weapons. I mean, Rashard White didn't do much at all. Deshaun Tucker gets some more work this week on the ground. What's going on with the Bears backfield? Roshan, Foreman, Herbert. Does Roshan take on more work? Does Fields step his shit up? He said he's got to get the ball to DJ more. So hopefully that happens. Hopefully they design some shit and get DJ Moore the ball. That's what they need to do, which they did not do last week. So hopefully that changes. He needs to have a big game this week. He needs to have a big game this week for sure. But I think the Bears come out on top here. Finally, they put it together a little bit. Or no, or the Bucks or that defense kind of gets after Justin Fields. Chiefs Jags. This is going to be a good one. Ridley. Hopefully, this is a high scoring. Ridley, T. Law, Mahomes, Kelsey's. Should be fine. He should be back. Does any wide receiver step up? Is it going to be Tony? Is it going to be Sky Moore, Rice, MVS, which is the guy that's going to step up this week with Kelsey now on the field? Excited to get Kelsey back, but he's already goofing around in practice. He seems all right. So he should be good. He should be good. But ETN, I mean, shit, 18 for 77 and a touchdown last week. He was more involved in the pass game as well. Yeah, 5 catches. I mean, only 27 yards, but the 5 catches, that's encouraging to see. Bigsby, he might get some more work little by little. I mean, he had the touchdown, he had the fumble also. But 7 for 13, nothing special, but ETN doing his thing. And hopefully we see more of that Ridley and T-Law. And what's happening with Kirk is Zay Jones taking over that number 2 spot. Right? Are you guys worried about Kirk? Who has Kirk? And are you worried? Are you trying to move off? Colts Titans. Richardson seems to be okay. So you got the two rookies going against each other, and I think Stroud came up hurt as well, right? Stroud is questionable, iffy with a shoulder issue. So keep an eye on Stroud there. Keep an eye on Stroud. Nico Collins, I mean, he's a good play. He's a good little flex play, Nico. I like Nico a lot. Michael Pittman. I don't know what to think about Michael Pittman still. I think he's going to be. I think he'll be fine, but I think I saw something last week where he had like the majority of his targets in that last drive. But I think as Anthony Richardson gets better, hopefully we see more and we see what we saw, out of Michael Pittman that first week. But Matt Stafford, Puka, that's the big thing now, right? Puka. Is Puka going to play or not? He's already injured, like he always is. Um, but I mean, 15 targets might do it to you. So Stafford, Puka against the Niners. Haymakers, Kyron Williams, tough plays against the Niners D. If Puka plays, I mean, if he's like your wide receiver 3, I guess, wide receiver 3 flex, I guess you can play him. I mean, Stafford at least looks good throwing the football. So, but I don't know if you can play any of the running backs really. Niners, Ayuk obviously going crazy. Debo, Kittle. Who's going to be the guy this game? Is this going to be the Ayuk show for the whole season, or are they going to be, 1 week Ayuk, 1 week Debo, 1 week Kittle? I mean, CMC is going to do his thing regardless, so that don't matter. But Giants Cardinals, does fucking Daniel Jones get his shit together? Can Saquon Barkley do something? Does the Cardinals offense do anything with Josh Dobbs? Waller said he's playing. I don't know. He's always injured. Mike Diaz says he's got Kirk. I'm buying. He's playing in the slot. They're gonna be more three wide sets week one, baby. I know. I never liked Kirk ever. We'll see. We'll see what happens for the rest of this. For the rest of these games, or for this game at least. I mean, they're going against the Chiefs, so if there was a game, this is gonna be it. Need Kirk to do something here. Show me what you got, Kirk. Show me what you got, Kirk. But yeah, I think I've got Chiefs over the Jags, Colts over the Texans. We've got Niners over the Rams, Giants over the Cardinals. We'll talk Jets Cowboys in a second. Daniel, what's up, Daniel? Appreciate you tuning in. Trade Godwin for Debo. Shit, I might. Do we trust Godwin to? Let's see. Debo was 5 of 7 for 55 yards. I like the better offense. Like San Fran is going to score, so I feel like I like the upside really of Debo more right now. And the tough part for Debo is him having to try and stay healthy. Godwin was 5 of 6 for 51 yards. I think it's kind of lateral. They're both kind of the same, so it's really just a matter of preference. With Debo, there's a ton of guys over there. With Godwin, there's just Evans, but they're kind of held back with Baker a little bit. So I think I like Debo, but tread carefully. Tread carefully there. Is there anybody else you can get? Can you tier up from that instead of going, kind of lateral? Jets Cowboys. Here we go. Zach Wilson, Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, Dalvin Cook. We get to see them now against the Cowboys at home. Dak. I mean, they really didn't have to do much that first game at all. So, hard to put anything really offensively. So we'll see what happens this week. With CD, I think Brandon Cooks is banged up as well. So does Gallup. Does Gallup pull it together? No problem, Daniel. Appreciate you. Smash that like for me. Smash that subscriber if you're new. But yeah, come through anytime, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, Dak, CD against this Jets D. Zach Wilson at the helm. I think the Cowboys take it. That can't look horrible. He's got to be at least decent against the Cowboys. He can't look horrible. It's going to be a rough game for him. But I mean, it's tough to not fire up Brees Hall, even though he's going to be somewhat limited again. But I mean, all he needed was those 10 touches and the 12 touches. So in the flex, depending on your options, you may or may not be able to play Brees there. Other than Garrett Wilson, there's nobody else after that. Commanders Broncos. Judy's back. This is going to be interesting. First game back for Judy. So you got Judy back in there. Javante looked pretty good week one. We'll see how if he gets some more work here in week two. Commanders. I mean, Sam Howell didn't look great, but he didn't look horrible. I mean, Brian Robinson, 19 for 59 yards. They need to give the ball to Gibby. I mean, Gibby fumbled last week, so I think that had a lot to do with him not getting as much work as he probably should have. So this is going to be a good game. I think Broncos will come out on top here. Hopefully, Judy gets a little bit back on track. Hopefully, doesn't re-aggravate that injury because that will definitely suck, and we don't want that. Dolphins and Patriots. This could be a good game as well. Is Mac Jones going to be slinging it all over? Does Tua continue on that high-powered offense? Is it going to be Waddle this game, or is it going to be all Cheetah? Right? Are they going to take turns? Cheetah trying to go for 2K just like JJ, and it's possible as long as Tua stays upright. I mean, 466 yards, bro. 11 for 215 for Cheetah. I'd like to see some Waddle this game though. I mean, Patriots are good at taking away that number one option. Maybe they take Cheetah away and say, beat us another way. Beat us another way. Here's a process question. If you have Zay, do you offer a deal to Kirk manager for a second back? Do you offer a deal to Kirk manager for a second back? If you have Zay. So then I get Kirk in a second and I give up Zay? Or are you talking about the opposite? I have to say, do I offer a deal to Kirk? I mean, send Zay, get Kirk in a second. Yeah, I'd take Kirk in the second, of course. Give me the pick. I mean, I was thinking maybe the other way if someone wants to give up Zay in a second to get Kirk. I mean, if people think Zay is way ahead of Kirk, I don't think Zay is like way ahead of Kirk. But yeah, I'll take the pick for sure. You taking the pick or you keeping Zay, Diaz? Or are you talking about Zay Flowers? You might be talking about Zay Flowers. Why I don't know why I'm thinking Zay Jones. Kirk in a second for Zay Flowers. Yeah, process you could take. Obviously, you take the second and Kirk, but I'm actually interested with Zay. And depending on my situation, I might not want to give him up. Oh, you are talking about Zay Jones. Okay, so yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely, definitely. If somebody's willing to give up Kirk in a second for Zay, I absolutely. I don't think they're going to be that far apart. They'll be back and forth. They're going to have some games you get, some games is going to be Zay, some games is going to be Kirk. I just like Zay though. They always try and take advantage of any panic. I mean, people are buying Puka for seconds out here. Juju is just trash, isn't he now? The hell's going out? Hell's going on with Juju? When you're saying Kirk for Lazard in a second, I don't really want Lazard right now. Oh, I don't really want Lazard, but I do want the pick though. I mean, because I'll take the second for Kirk, but I don't know about Lazard right now. But he is a piece. That's a tough one, DS. Because I don't like Lazard. I like as anything. It's basically like a Kirk for the second. I know you get the little piece in Lazard, but how startable is Lazard ever going to be? Yeah, yeah, man. It's yeah. 'Cause that's the thing. If Aaron Rodgers wasn't out, like I'll take Lazard in the second, for sure. You know, sure. Had the most years with Zach Milson. Yeah, man. But yeah, Juju. I mean, I saw or I heard somebody say like Boutte was out on the field instead of Juju at one point at the end of the game or something. Kendrick Bourne, I guess, decent play. I mean, they're going against the Dolphins. Mac Jones might be slinging it. I'll take the Dolphins here, of course, even though the Patriots are Pats are at home. But Saints Panthers. I mean, Olave, Michael Thomas, Shaheed, Jamal Williams can't really play him. Miles Sanders had opportunities, 18 for 72. I mean, didn't do much. Didn't do much with it. It's gonna be tough sledding with Miles Sanders because he's not gonna score touchdowns like he did last year. Hopefully Bryce Young kind of grows with Mingo and we see that connection. Thielen didn't do jack, so he's not startable. Saints take this one against the Panthers there Monday night. Two Monday night games this week actually, because you got the Browns and the Steelers on the later Monday night game with no Deontay Johnson. So you got Pickens, you've got Allen Robinson, you've got Calvin Austin. We'll see how that goes. Chubb, does he go over for 100 again? What does Watson look like this game? Watson looked pretty good last game. I think he looked decent enough, in that weather. Ran a little bit as well, so that was good to see. Yes, what do you think about Watson so far in that first game? Are we getting back to the Watson of the past? Mm. Yeah, tough two losses. Tough two losses for the Vikings. Next week we got the Chargers. That's just a must win. I can't if we start 0-3, oh man, that's gonna be tough. Yeah, Burrow looked like shit, of course. So a lot of elite QBs did trash. Yeah, it was a very kind of low scoring kind of week. I mean, like the Ravens ran three touchdowns in, but Lamar could have easily threw those in or ran them in himself, and then that's a little bit different. But Burrow less than 100 yards. That was horrible. Yeah, I like that he was rushing more too, Diaz. That was exciting to see. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, we're running a little bit here too. That kind of, gives you that little bit of extra. I like that. Do we see Sam Howell finish the season? Do we see Ritter finish the season? Do we see Stafford finish the season? What do you guys think about these QBs in these situations? Do you think these guys actually finish the season as a QB? QB5, yeah. Oh yeah. I'm hoping so too. I'm hoping so too. I got quite a few Elijah Moore shares. I think I've got Amari in maybe one or two leagues. Chubb. I don't have any shares of Chubb, but Is JJ going for 2K this year? Like, is JJ really going for 2K? Hawkinson went off. Jay Brown crying on the sideline. George, what up, George? Pick 2, we got Kenneth Walker, Joshua Kelly, or James Cook. All right, let's check out somebody. Kenneth Walker, Joshua Kelly, or James. I mean, you got to play Kenneth Walker, no? What are they playing this week? The Lions? Yeah, I think you got to play. I think you got to play Kenny Walker. Joshua Kelly is an interesting play. With Ekeler doubtful, I mean, you could make the argument for Joshua Kelly. I mean, James Cook as well. You could really go with either of these guys, but I think I want to go with. I think I want to go with Walker. Walker, George. Nick said Puka in a second for Rashard White and Rashard White and Sean Tucker for the dynasty team from the earlier question. Puka in a second. Are you getting Puka in a second, or are you getting Rashard White and Sean Tucker? I don't really want Rashard White and Sean Tucker. I don't really want to send a second for that. Get in the Bucks backfield. I mean, it's not an exciting backfield to have. I mean, you're basically trading Puka for Sean Tucker and just giving a second for Rashard White. I feel like I'd rather use that second elsewhere. Like, if you want to take advantage of Puka's, of the hype right now, I don't think this is the exact deal to make. Because you can use that second during the season to buy a veteran running back from a team, that's not in contention anymore. So I don't think I want to waste a second here on Rashard White. I'd rather just deal with the backfield that I have. And then maybe get something later on, or just attack a different running back. Does this guy like Puka? Can you just get Rashard White like for Puka? Like, I'll take White for Puka. You know, Legends. What up, Foot Legends? I have Deshaun Watson, Saquon Barkley, Nick Chubb, Debo, Mike Evans, Mark Andrews, Joshua Kelly. Who should I trade for? Deshaun Watson, Saquon, Chubb. You're good there. Debo, Mike Evans, Mark Andrews, Joshua Kelly. Might want to try and update the Mike Evans or Debo. You got Andrews, so you have an advantage there. But we upgrade from Debo and Mike Evans to more, top 15-ish guy. Like, can you get T. Higgins? Um, Let me see if I got any other ideas over here. I mean, DK, I feel more comfortable with. Waddle. I think some of those guys I'd look to target, but look and see who needs whatever you're giving up. If you're giving up a running back, if you're giving up Kelly and Debo, I mean, who does the Ekeler owner have? Maybe you can trade a Kelly and Debo, or a Kelly and Evans for whatever wide receiver they have there. You know, so I would look at that. People are underestimating Debo and Evans this year. Yeah, Evans just had the touchdown, so that's good. Maybe you need to wait for a good Debo week, but yeah, if you could get a top 10 guy, then go get a top 10 guy. And that's why I was saying, Waddle. Waddle would be a good target. I mean, T. Higgins is at least close to that range. I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to pull off a Calvin Ridley, AJ Brown, maybe. You want to go get AJ Brown after those two games? Maybe that guy's fed up. It's going to be tough to get a St. Brown. Waddle could be maybe a CD Lamb. I mean, after that first game, I mean, some people are upset with CD Lamb already. So that could be an option also. Take a look at those guys. I get more of a top 10. Yeah, I prefer Dalvin Cook and a third for a second. You get Dalvin Cook and a third, and you give up a second, or you giving up Dalvin Cook and a third and getting a second. So you're looking for a QB, but I don't know anyone specific. Why are you looking for a QB? Did you say you have Deshaun? You have Deshaun Watson. You don't need to look for a QB. It's a one QB league. You just roll with Deshaun Watson. He's going to be a top 10 guy, top 12 at worst. Just roll with him. Unless you can get a Mahomes or something like that somehow, but we watched the Tampa game. Baker's playing like college Baker. Yeah, is he? I mean, Vikings defense pretty sucky, but is it new life for Baker? He's got some weapons on the outside. Is it new life for him? Do these guys trust in him? So we'll see. I hope he does good just for the sake of him, but I've given up at this point. I thought that DJ Moore would be a good thing for Baker Mayfield. That didn't work out. Looking to trade that second for a RB4. Okay. So you're giving up Dalvin in a third and you're going to get a second? Is that what you're saying? That's fine. I'll take the pick. I think Deshaun Watson and Chubb feels weird. Don't. No. It's a quarterback and a running back. You're talking about a top, five-ish running back that can be. You could lead the league in rushing for. So I'm not worried about that. I like that Cleveland offense. So to have a piece of that, Deshaun Watson is going to be Deshaun Watson. Chubb is going to be Chubb. So don't think about it. No other way around. Hey, that's fine, Nick. I mean, if you get the pick, fine. Give me the pick. Give me the pick. And then go do something with that. Yeah, for Ledger. It's not a big deal. It's not like you have Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, and Amari Cooper, and you have like all three of them. So I think you're fine. Don't worry about that, Foot Legends. Appreciate you tuning in. Smash that like for me. Smash that subscribe if you're new. Throw out any other questions y'all got. And Ekeler, shit. I did appreciate you, Foot Legends. Thanks for joining the squad. Thanks for joining the team. New subscribers, appreciate you. Get me one of them. I gotta get them Stream Deck things and hook it up. Yeah, Hawk for Ingram and a 24 first, no premium. Oh hell yeah! If it's no premium, I like that. Like that. I think the leagues that have Hawk in is premium. Yeah, team is mid. Yeah, I feel that. Then I feel that. Ingram in the first. Bro, it's so bad when there's no premium like Hawkinson like the first game like it was just wasn't even that good. It was ugly with no premium. If there was any news that I missed. Yeah, did y'all see the Jets Rodgers on the McAfee show? talking about watch what I do, and apparently he's going to come back. We'll see what happens with that. I mean, he is an older quarterback. It's his left foot, to be fair, so it's not like his planting foot that he uses to push off of. But I don't know. Does he come back next year? Do y'all think Rodgers comes back next year? Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Does Rodgers come back next year? Week one, he's back. I don't know. But I mean, Kelsey's going to be big coming back for the Chiefs. That's going to be big. And definitely excited to see Tua go back out there again after that week one. I mean, but yeah, I'll hold on, let me see if I can pull this up. I'll play it for y'all what Aaron Rodgers said. This dude has Stroud and Mechie's hounding me for Nico. If we get an Anaconda and a 24 third, thinking about a counter. Yeah, I definitely counter that. I actually like Nico, so you could probably get more out of him for Nico. Who else he's got on his squad? Dubes and Mechie for Nico and Jaden Reed. Dubes and Mechie for Nico and Jaden Reed. I actually like the Nico and Jaden Reed side. I actually like Nico and Jaden Reed more than I do Dubes and Mechie. Trade for I don't want to. Yeah, yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I don't want any. I don't want Mechie at all. I don't want really much parts of Mechie. Nico and Lazard for Mechie and Dubes. Are people valuing Mechie and Dubes in your league? I mean, trying to force Clay. Oh God, Claypool. I'll force Lazard on him maybe. So what do you want out of it? Do you want to? You don't want just a second out of it? They play this Rogers and McAfee thing for y'all. And Aaron is he's so extra.
The body and the blood of Jesus Christ.
Seriously.
Blood. The body and the 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 blood.
Have you ever
See, Aaron said he said like Kevin Garnett said, anything is possible.
God played that trick on you?
No, he's really
Rated R.
he's
Only
into
in
it. You know
theaters
how
October
Aaron is.
6th.
He doesn't want to go out like this. I think that's kind of the biggest
I think
biggest
what I'd
thing.
like to say is
All right, the sound is not on, of course, when I need it. Hold on. Try and fix up. Let me try. I'll try and fix up the sound, but what's up, guys? Here's my roster. Any upgrades I can make? Yeah, if you like dupes, then go get it, bro. Then go get it. Any moves I can make? 10 man. Allen, Bijan, Chubb, Ridley, Godwin. Allen, Bijan, Chubb, Ridley, Godwin. Kittle, Cook at flex. Cowboys, D. Myers bench. Lockett, Judy. Fryermuth, Addison. Ford, Bigsby, Algier. Any upgrades I can make? 10 man. Appreciate you, John, for tuning in. Let's see. Bijan, Chubb, you're good. Ridley, you're good. Godwin, you got Kittle. You've got Cook, Lockett, Judy. Yeah, you've got some guys you can combine. Godwin, Lockett, Godwin, Judy, Lockett, tier up to any top 12ish guy. Addison just scored he scored a touchdown the first two games. Maybe you can use him as well. So any kind of combination there, and go after any of these topish guys. T. Higgins, CD Lamb. I know I keep saying the same guys, but these are the guys that are a little bit cheaper right now because they didn't have that great first week. AJ Brown, Jalen Waddle. Yeah, hell yeah. You got the right idea. You got the perfect idea, John. Exactly what I'm saying. If you can tear up to a guy like that, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Caddy, what up, Caddy? What's good, brother? What's good? Like Hammer left me tonight. He told us the other night too. I'll be on a Friday. Thanks, Hammer. I appreciate you, John. Appreciate you. Smash that like for me. Smash that subscribe if you're new. But yeah, anytime, man. Come on, we're on pretty much every night. Every night there's not a game almost. So appreciate you. But yeah, you got the right idea. Go try and get one of those guys. You got it, bro. The rest of your team is solid. Yeah, he did. He did after that horrible week one. So I mean, are you excited about it, Caddy? You trade him now? Like now's a good time to trade him. You know, now's a good time to trade him. Go get like a Fryermuth and a piece. Go get Cole Kmet. That's one of my favorite guys to get right now is Cole Kmet. Just tear down to Cole Kmet and something else from any. If you don't have a top three guy, Goddard, Kittle, just go get Cole Kmet. Hopefully that is that going to save you this week, Caddy? Think you can have a better game next week? Yeah, I mean we're going to say the same thing every week, pretty much. So, well, the problem with the Eagles, they don't throw the ball a ton. I mean, Jalen Hurts had what 23 pass attempts. I mean, that's why AJ Brown's getting so frustrated because he's like, I'm not getting the ball enough. I mean, we're scoring and we're winning, and I'm not part of it. Like he feels like so. He'll be better. He'll have his games. They're coming, but yeah, I don't particularly love Goddard. I try and just trade him while you can, if you can, if you can. Smile Sky, what's up, man? What should I do if I have Garrett Wilson in Dynasty or in redraft? You kind of almost have to hold them because most people like are going to want to try and buy low on them. So you almost have to hold them in redraft. Dynasty, I mean, you've got some options in redraft. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be probably a low end wide receiver too, in my estimation. I think that's kind of where he's at. Can he still finish, as a high end wide receiver two, maybe wide receiver one? I mean, possibly, but the chances aren't that great. So, if you can get any other, high end wide receiver two, I'd be okay with doing that. T. Higgins didn't do well. Can I get T. Higgins? Right, Jalen Waddle. Somehow get one of these guys. Do you feel more comfortable with DK Metcalf? AJ Brown hasn't had really great games yet. Can you do something to get AJ Brown? Calvin Ridley, I doubt you could get. I don't know if you could go up that high, but any of those things, any of those guys, I would be trying. I would be willing to move for. Especially if you can find like a Jets fan. See who likes Garrett Wilson. So Chris, what's up, Chris? Trade Andrews for Higgins. I have Laporta. What do you think? Yeah, I'm okay with Laporta. Yeah, if you need the wide receiver production, then absolutely. I mean, you play Laporta the rest of the season. Give up Andrews, you get Higgins. I mean, I like Andrews at the tight end position because you got that little bit. You got that upside. You've got that little bit of edge at that position. But if you need a wide receiver and you have Laporta on the bench, I mean, yeah, give me some of T Higgins while he's still relatively cheap right now. Give me Higgins, Chris. I like it, man. I like it. Yeah. Appreciate you, Chris. Smile. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Smash that like for me and smash that subscribe if you haven't already. Come through anytime. Ty, what up, Ty? What's good, bro? What you got? What you got going on this week with your teams? Caddy said all three trades I sent got declined, so there's that. Remind me of what you sent out. What were we trying to do, Caddy? And let's try and put something else together. Let's try and put something else together. Oh, good, Chris. No problem, man. No problem. But yeah, let's try and make something happen, Caddy. Send me what we were trying to do. Do something. While we're here, while we're live. Guys, throw out any questions you have in the chat. Were we trying to upgrade at wide receiver or was it running back, Caddy? What did those guys even say? Like, even though it got declined, was there any kind of communication? Did they say anything back? Did they send a counter offer? Drop Deontay for Algier. I mean, if you need a running back, I guess. I mean, 8 men. I'm sure you have a ton of wide receivers you can play. I'm sure you could probably pick Deontay back up in a few weeks whenever he comes back. So I think depends on your situation. I mean, do you need to play Algier? Like Lamar and Joe Burrow. I mean, two guys that weren't great last week. Let's see what happens this week. Let's see what happens this week. I want to see some Jalen Waddle. I have a ton of Jalen Waddle shares. Compared Garrett and Mostert to each Lamb, Brown, and Ridley. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to give up a little more than that, Caddy. What other running backs do you have that maybe you can give up with that? Or wide receivers if you're heavy on wide receiver. You go down instead of Lamb, Brown, and Ridley. Can you do T. Higgins, Jalen Waddle? I mean, aim a little bit lower than that. Almost had Brown owner, but he said he had more faith in him 2 days ago. Okay, so that was 2 days ago, and Brown just had a not a good game. So go after that. What is it going to take? You know, Gabe Davis, Perine, or Pickens. Definitely not Gabe Davis. I think it might have to be Pickens here. Let me see who the Steelers playing. Playing the Browns is kind of a little tough matchup, but yeah, you got give me Pickens. He's got the most upside there. Perine is probably the safest, but give me Pickens here. I'm not comfortable with Gabe Davis. That's going to be hit or miss. I mean, he can catch a bomb, but you're never going to know which game to play him. So I like Perine or Pickens there. Running backs are Barkley, Walker, Hall, and Pacheco. Yeah, I mean, you might have to give up Walker. You want a guy like that. I mean, but if you said you almost had the Brown owner, then why don't you just throw in Pacheco with that too? I'll give you Mostert and Pacheco. Or throw another wide receiver in there just to sway him. JSN or Zay Jones? Zay Jones has got the Chiefs and JSN. Come on. JSN against the Lions. Oh man, that's tough. Shit, that could go. That can go a lot of ways. Um, Chiefs. Shit. Wow. There's both. They both have guys that they have to deal with. Oh man, might be. It might have to be JSN. Even though I really liked Jones last week, I think give me JSN this week. He had a good target share. Maybe he plays a little bit more this week. I think give me JSN. Zay Jones probably has more upside, possibly. In non PPR, yeah, you know what? Non PPR, give me Zay. I think give me Zay since it's non PPR. I also got Olave, Puka, Addison, and Dotson. Yeah, I mean you're not playing any of those guys. It's an 8-man league. Give up any of those guys also and go and get. Give up Addison also and go and get AJ Brown. Thoughts on Puka this week? Hopefully he plays. I mean, he's a little bit banged up. They're going against the 49ers, which is a good defense. If there's a way to beat the 49ers, I mean, or if there's a soft spot in the 49ers defense, I should say, it'd probably be the secondary. So I do think that if Puka plays, I mean, you can count on him as probably a wide receiver 3 or a flex play with Cup out. Um, Hopefully he gets another 15 targets, but that's going to be tough, but it's possible. It's possible, but I think if you have him, you pretty much have to play him. But again, wide receiver 3, maybe flex spot. I think I'd be comfortable with him there. So depending how deep your league is or how many starters for your format, that's going to matter obviously. So if you've got 3 wide receivers and 2 flexes, or 3 wide receivers and a flex, or 2 wide receivers and 2 flexes, then I'm fine with playing Puka. Chris said, "I'm new here. You're good." I appreciate you, Chris. Appreciate you a lot, Chris. Definitely appreciate you. Thanks for being a new subscriber. Come by anytime. We're on pretty much most nights. Myself tonight, but I do have a partner that's usually with me. Caddy said, "Is it bad? I'm starting Puka over Hall this week." It's not bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's just hard because Hall is kind of going to be limited, but Puka has opportunity to really do work. So I think if you want to go by opportunity, like Puka is going to have a lot more opportunities if he plays. Hall's not going to have a lot of opportunities, but Hall doesn't need a lot of opportunities to produce. So it's not bad. I'm okay if you want to do that. Sports cards, what up, man? Should I start Deshaun Watson or Anthony Richardson? Also, who should I keep start rest of year if you had to pick one? Let's see. Who is Richardson playing here? Got the Texans, so that you got a good matchup there. And then you've got the Browns against the Steelers. I mean, Deshaun Watson played well last week. Anthony Richardson's got a really good matchup against the Texans. That's a tough one because Watson is gonna be a top 10 QB. He's gonna be a top 10 quarterback, Anthony Richardson has a chance to be a top 10 quarterback. So I feel safer with Watson, but Anthony Richardson is the more upside. So depending how risky you want to get, and maybe, depending on the opponent that you play also, if you want to go risk averse or if you want to play it more safe. So, Watson, I feel like is safer. Richardson is going to be more risk. So you just kind of got to decide how risky you want to get and how you want to play it. So again, a good matchup this week for Richardson. Watson's against the Steelers, which is not a horrible matchup either, but just kind of got to decide which way you want to go there. I feel safer with Deshaun Watson. Maybe you play Watson for now until Richardson kind of gets in his groove. Super said sit one, and for the rest of the season, the same kind of thing. It just kind of depends on what upside you want. Deshaun Watson is going to give you the safest. He could be a top 5 quarterback. So Watson could be anywhere from probably like 3 to 10, and Anthony Richardson can probably be anywhere from like 3 to 20. Right, depending how he plays. So sit one PPR: Miles Sanders, David Montgomery, Brees Hall. Let's see. Sanders is going against the Saints. You got Monty. I actually like Monty this week. Brees is a tough one. I'm playing Monty because I like that matchup. And then it's either between Sanders or Brees. Sanders is going to get the opportunities. Brees is going to go against a good defense and is not going to get as much opportunities. But I'm guessing they're going to lean a lot more on the run. I don't think they want Zach Wilson throwing it 40 times. So that makes Brees Hall interesting. Give me Monty and Brees. I'm sitting Miles Sanders, man. Broncos, Browns, Giants, or Bucks D this week. Let's see. Browns against the Steelers. Broncos against the Commanders. Giants. The Giants have the best matchup against the Cardinals. So if you want to go by just the best matchup, then you can go with the Cardinals. I think the Broncos are a pretty safe defense. The Bucks are a pretty safe defense also. So the best matchup is probably going to be the Giants. So if you want to go with the best matchup, roll with the Giants there. Richardson, in my opinion. Yeah, no, he could be. Like I said, it depends how risky you want to get. When you're playing in one QB leagues, you want to go for that upside. So again, I'm totally fine with it. I think they're kind of literally almost the same. So let's talk about either way, Chris. You're fine. I don't think you need to worry either way. Whether I don't think that's going to make or break your season. The decision between Richardson or Watson. So DS said, let's talk about the RB usage for Thursday night games. Gainwell was a bamboozle play because Eagles knew they were going to need to rest Swift for the Thursday night game and the Patriots. Yeah, I saw you write something in the chat about it. That was very it was interesting. It was interesting. Aren't a conference opponent Vikings are. Yeah. Yeah. It could be. I don't know what's happening in the Eagles' backfield. I mean, is Swift the most talented? Absolutely. He's got the most upside. I don't think anybody's ever questioned the upside or the talent of Swift. It's more of, can he take the hits? Can he stay healthy and not get hurt? Because every time you try and give him more work, because he's so good, he just can't stay healthy. So if he can stay healthy, he's gonna be really good. I mean, we saw what Miles Sanders did last year. But is he going to catch a lot of passes? That's the thing, right? Miles Sanders finished RB 15ish last year, and he had 1,300 yards and double-digit touchdowns. So that's what you're going to hope for from Swift, and he's going to be around that same thing. So it's just rough, man. It's just rough. The Vikings were kind of down though. To be fair, they were down. We kept turning the ball over, so we kind of had to pass. So I can see why we kind of went away from the run there, but that's bear it out that the passing scheme suffers on short weeks. Yeah, be a committee no matter what. That's the system they employ. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know. And in that trade that I made for Kelly, he was trying to give me Penny and Gainwell, and I was like, "Nah, if you do Kelly, like I'll do the trade." Trey, what up, Trey? Evening, brother. Full PPR start two. Garrett Wilson, Pittman, Elijah Moore, Rashard White, Javante, or James Cook. Thanks and good luck. Yeah, same to you, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. Garrett Wilson, Pittman, Elijah Moore, Rashard White, Javante, or James Cook. Damn, we got to start two. Can we try and if you got to decide between all these guys, can we try and upgrade? Can we try and make some trades? Can we try and put some combinations? Wilson and White, Pittman and White, whatever. Cook. I mean, any combination of these guys, can we just tier up to the next tier? Make your life easier going forward as well, and make your team better. But if I had to choose two of these guys, if I had to choose two, let's go with let's go with Cook and I think Cook and Pittman maybe. I like out of these. Give me Cook and Pittman. I like Javante too, but he's not going to get all the work yet. You know, History says Swift will be hurt in 2 weeks. Yeah, history says Swift will be on the injury report this week. Yeah, he's definitely a sell high without a doubt. I doubt he gets another 25, 28 carries in a game. And if he does, he's not going to last. He's not going to last long there. You know, I don't think so at all. So he's absolutely a sell high. I would love to upgrade, but this league has gone on for 14 years. I think there has been maybe been five trades through the longevity. No way. We got to mix shit up. It's a new generation. It's a new time. I mean, everyone thinks they're getting screwed. Man, forget what they think. You got to find somebody. You got to find somebody and make a trade. Who's got who's on your team again? Who's got T Higgins? Who's got Jalen Waddle? These guys that didn't produce. You know, Somebody needs a running back somewhere. Somebody needs a wide receiver. The pass is a pass, but don't let that deter you. Just try and make moves. Try and make moves. If they say no, they say no, but you got to at least try. Got to at least try. Um, Nifty. What up, Nifty? Debo and ETN for Gibbs and Dynasty. Debo and ETN for Gibbs. And ETN is pretty good. ETN is pretty good. Why do you want Gibbs? You just want Gibbs because you want him, or what's the plan here? What's the plan? What is the format? Like, is this super flex, and how many starters? Start 8, start 10? How many starters on offense do you have to start? Give me a little bit more context so I can give you a better answer here, and let me know what are you trying to do? I like Gibbs over ETN and Debo, but at the same time, I can take ETN and Debo depending on what's kind of your situation or what you're trying to do exactly. But yeah, I definitely want Gibbs over those guys just initially by looking at it. But if you give me a little bit more information, look a little more into it than that. Chris said, "Yep, smash." Yeah, you definitely want Gibbs, especially what you can get for Gibbs right now. Like, okay, you're trading Debo and ATN, you're getting Gibbs now. Are you planning to keep Gibbs, or are you going to use the value of Gibbs now and get you some kind of stud wide receiver or quarterback? Not sure if it's super flex or not. So let me know. But appreciate you, Nifty. JD, what up? Someone's giving me Jamar Chase and Patterson for Najee and Alvin Kamara. Yeah, I'm taking Jamar Chase. My other running backs are Saquon and Damian Pierce. Yeah, I'm taking Jamar Chase. I'm taking the upside in Chase. I know your other running back's going to suffer a little bit because you got Pierce, but maybe you can still make a move. Who else do you have on your squad? And can you use somebody on your bench or one of your wide receivers with Pierce to kind of to tier up maybe? Let me know there. Kamara, I mean, what is he at? Two more games. He's got to miss the first three. So Connor and Addison for Walker. Can you get a more high profile guy? Like, don't forget, you're playing in an 8-man league, so we need a hammer. Does Walker turn into that? Possibly. I mean, Connor and Addison, I don't even think you're playing. So would I rather have Walker? Yes. I don't know if I want to just go after Walker. I kind of want to shop around a little bit more. Oh, this is the 12-man one. Okay. This is the 12-man one. Connor and Addison for Walker. It's tough because Addison and Connor are kind of starters in that format with a 12-man. So what's the rest of your team look like, Caddy? Let me see the rest of your team. Let me see the rest of your team, and then I'll decide on that. I have Garrett Wilson, Deontay, Puka, and Zay Flowers. Someone's giving me Jamar Chase. So you've got Wilson, Deontay, Puka, and Flowers. Can we get off of Puka now with the hype? Yeah, I'll take Chase for sure. I'm definitely taking Chase there. Then you can kind of figure out the rest from there. Can we trade Puka for a running back? Uh, some kind of some kind of RB2, I guess. Let's see. I guess any RB2 pretty much. Monty, maybe Kenny Walker. See who needs some wide receivers and who you can package up here. Try and upgrade again. I have Debo and ETN, but it's PPR. 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and 2 flex. RBs I have now is Pierce, Brees, and ETN. Debating, is it worth it? Is it worth it for the future? I mean, I think ETN is fine for the future as well. I mean, you're just going after a guy that you want in Gibbs. So as it starts, so you got 2 receivers, 2 RBs, 2 flex. And then you got a tight end in there, I guess, too, right? So start 7. So I guess it start 8. Is it 1 QB? Is it 1 QB? And what do your wide receivers look like? Tell me what your wide receivers look like, because you don't want to tie up all your assets just in running backs in Dynasty. So let me see what your wide receivers look like at the moment before you just go and do that, man. Caddy, what's up, Caddy? Purdy, Gibbs, Ramondre, Lamb, Diggs, Andrews, Connor, Dotson, Addison, JT, Nico, Golf, Gus. Oh, that's the rest of your team. Let's see, Caddy. At the rest, Connor and Addison. Walker. Yeah, I do it. Yeah, give me Walker. You got Lamb and Diggs. You still got Dotson. Yeah, give me Walker. Give me Walker, Caddy. I like it. JD, no problem, man. Tingley, what's up, Tingley? Appreciate you for tuning in. Could I get some help in deciding who to drop? Yeah, absolutely. From one of my bench. Charbonnet, Zeke, London, Dotson, Addison, Puka, and Laporta. Well, who are you dropping them for? I think is the important question. Who are you trying to pick up that you want to drop? Or do you just need to drop one in general? And who else is kind of you don't have a backup QB or a backup tight end on your bench? Is Laporta like your backup tight end right now? Who's your starting tight end? Defense, yeah. There's no reason to have two defenses. I know sometimes you like to do that or like to switch, but it really doesn't give you a crazy advantage. So I would just drop the defense and then try and pick up whoever you're trying to pick up. Laporte is your backup for Kelsey. Yeah, I mean, he's just going to sit on your bench there. Essentially, it's just a wasted roster spot. And look, Laporta did good. Laporta played great. I think he's a very good part of that offense. But if Kelsey were to go down, or when Kelsey's bye week happens, what's the difference between Laporta and any other tight end? I'm sorry, and any other tight end that's on the waiver wire? It's not a huge, crazy difference. So, like, save the bench spot for now. If you can. And it depends. Like, who are you trying to pick up? You're trying to pick up a defense, a backup defense. You're trying to pick up. My bad, I read that wrong. Yeah, I don't really think I'd drop any of them. But if I had to, it'd probably be Puka. I mean, what happens when Cup comes back? Or could you just trade him? I'd rather try and trade somebody than drop somebody too. Trade any combination of these guys to try and tier up. I mean, we keep talking about trying to tier up when you've got a bunch of guys, that you can't decide, what to do. Just start trying to tier up. Start trying to tier up. Currently don't have a defense, so I got to drop one to start. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so got to drop one to start a defense. If you had to drop one, maybe it's Zeke, and then you just pick him back up. But I don't know if you necessarily need Laporta on the bench if you got Kelsey, man. You know, I know if he gets hurt, you want to have that backup guy, but who else is on the waiver wire at tight end? Let me ask you that. This way we can determine whether it's the backup tight end to drop or somebody else. Who are the tight ends on the waiver wire, and who are the running backs on the waiver wire? Let's just see kind of how deep this league is, right, real quick. Yes, sir. I got a tight end in there. Wide receivers, I got Amon-Ra, Olave, Debo, Pickens, Dubes, and Keenan. Okay, so hold on. Let me go back to Nifty right quick. Debo and ETN for Gibbs. You've got Amon-Ra, Olave, Pickens. So we can start 4 wide receivers. Olave, Keenan. I mean, I love Gibbs, but you have to go get if you have ETN, like I'm fine with that. I think I'd rather upgrade another wide receiver. Like, can you trade Pierce and Debo, or Debo and Pickens, or Debo and Dubes, and try and like tier up at wide receiver, get another kind of young studish T Higgins Waddle type to go with that. So then you got like Amon-Ra, Olave, and Waddle. And then you got Keenan Allen to throw in there, in that 4th spot. You got that older production wide receiver. I might try and look into that than trying to just go get Gibbs, because I know you like Gibbs, but you're kind of just going to get him just to get him. And I think you can make your team better, at other positions without having to go and do that. Let me know what you think about that. But otherwise, I mean, if you want to go get Gibbs, that's fine to go get him for that price. Yeah, we did that one. Caddy said Texans D, Indy versus Indy, or Washington versus Denver. Oh man, you have to choose between those of everything out there. Washington D's been pretty good. I mean, that defensive line is solid. I don't think Denver's putting up, 30, 40 points. So the same with Texans versus Indy. So that's tough too. I guess give me Washington. Laporta, pick up Noah Gray if you need one later. Yeah, that's a good idea too, Chris. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you need to pick up a tight end eventually, like, there's not a difference really between Laporta and any other tight end that you're going to pick up off the waiver wire. Like, there's not that big of a difference. So Typically, I don't like to carry a backup tight end, but every league is different. Listen, if everybody's carrying a backup tight end and there's no tight ends on the waiver wire, there's only like, Kyle Granson or something like that. Then in that case, hold a backup tight end. But otherwise, you don't really need one. You can just pick one up later. So is Kelsey out? No, it looks like Kelsey's going to play. Looks like he's going to be good to go for week 2. Obviously, we got to keep an eye on it, but it looks like everything is pointing towards him playing so far. So just keep an eye on it within the next couple of days. Guys like Higbee, Schultz, Ferg, Kincaid, Troutman, and Ertz, RB. Yeah, so no point to keep Laporta there. You're fine starting a Higbee, Schultz, Ferguson, Kincaid. I mean, Ferguson had 7 targets last week. I like him. Kincaid, you're fine. I would just drop. I would just drop him. I would just drop Laporta and then pick up a tight end when you need, man. That's all. He said, "I like the idea." Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Lock in those wide receivers and flex spots, like with stud wide receivers when you can, because they last longer too, and you kind of just set yourself up. Then you can start using your picks to buy running backs, or to draft running backs. But if you got your wide receivers kind of set, you're dominating those areas. You know, what tight end did you say you had? I don't know if you said what tight end you had, Nifty, but maybe cheer up at tight end. If you can get a top 3 guy, Hawkinson, Andrews, or Kelsey. Otherwise, stick with who you have. Running back, quarterback too. Maybe you tear up at quarterback. I'm not sure what your team looks like, so just check that out. I was holding on to Laporta to start of the week because I wasn't sure. No, that's fair. That's fair, Tingley. But if Kelsey's playing, then I just drop him. I mean, you could drop him anyway, and then if Kelsey doesn't play, you just pick up any one of those guys, and it'd be fine. So I don't think that's going to be the difference between you winning or losing. Winning or losing the week. So, Ace, what up, Ace? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody out there tuning in. Smash that like for me. Smash that subscribe if you're new. Hopefully you're having fun. Throw anything in the chat. Join the chat. Interact. Let me know what you guys are thinking. What decisions y'all got to make. Probably get out of here in the next 5-10 minutes or so if there's no other, or sooner than that if there's no other questions. But we went over pretty much all the games. Be on tomorrow night as well. Same time, about 10 Eastern. But yeah, Nifty, let me know what happens with that. Let me know what happens with that if you wound up making a trade and kind of upgrade in there. That would be ideal if you could pull that off. That'd be good. Yeah, I'll give y'all another minute. Throw out any last second questions before I get out of here. I'll give y'all a minute to type something in the chat there. Pick up Hollywood, drop Deontay. I mean, Deontay said he's kind of day to day. I'd rather have Deontay than Hollywood. So I'm holding on to Hollywood unless you have to play Hollywood. I mean, I hold on to Deontay unless you got to play, unless you have to play Hollywood. So yeah, if it's just for your bench, no, I'm keeping Deontay. Najee or P Ryan in the flex. Let's see who are the Steelers. Oof, Steelers got a tough Browns D. But yeah, give me Najee. Give me Najee. Just the overall touches. I think Perrine and Javante will be splitting, and Perrine will be solid. But give me Najee. I think. Bite Queen, there you are. I have to catch you tomorrow. Missed this tonight. All good. All good. Yeah, I've been on since like 10ish. So I mean, I'm here for a little bit as people are still interacting in the chat. Once it kind of dies down, I'll get out of here the next few minutes. But throw everything you guys got in the chat. I'm here for now. Can they just put them in IR? I know, right? I know. No, they wait till forever to do shit like that, man. DS said Tellhammer's new nickname is Snuggles. All right, Diaz. All right, Diaz. I'll tell Little Spoon. I'll let him know. Gitz, what up, Gitz? It's been a while, brother. Who wins this trade? CMC and Godwin or Sanders? Waddle and Javante. CMC and Godwin or Sanders, Waddle and Javante. CMC, Godwin, Sanders, Waddle, Javante. Looks like that team probably needed some running backs. CMC is the best player in this trade, so I like I like the CMC side, but Waddle and Javante and Sanders. Really, just it's an even trade. It really just depends what you needed, and that matters which side that you were on. So I actually like to trade both ways, to be honest. I like to trade both ways. Oh, Jamal Williams. Oh, hell no. Okay. So Waddle and Sanders. No, no, I'm taking CMC. I'm taking CMC. If that's Javante, that's a different that's really close. But no, if it's Jamal, then I think I'm keeping the CMC for that, man. Think I'm keeping the CMC for that. Judy or Gabe Davis? Judy. Judy for sure. Gabe Davis he's going to be hit or miss. You just never know when he's going to catch that bomb or not. So yeah, I'm not. Give me some Judy. Let's go with Judy there. Which side were you on? Gets. Let me know. Caddy said 8 man. Am I getting fucked this week? He has Hertz, Bijan, ETN, Diggs, Godwin, Ayuk, Pitts. I mean, and who's your squad? You probably put it up there already. Let me see if I can find it. My bad, Caddy. I don't remember the 8 man. I think he's put the 12 man up here. I don't remember the 8 man one. How lopsided would you say that is? I mean, it's not crazy lopsided if you like Sanders. I mean, you could basically throw Jamal Williams out of the trade. He doesn't even matter in this trade. It's CMC and Godwin for Sanders and Waddle. I'm just gonna take the top, the top 3 finish running back, and I'll deal with Godwin for now. If I want to tier up from Godwin, you can look to do that as well. Like, so yeah, I'd rather have the CMC side. I like Waddle, but give me CMC. Said good show. Thanks. Yeah, appreciate you, Chris. Appreciate you. Come through tomorrow night. We'll be on. I got the team with Waddle, okay, but it's a trade with my dad, so I don't want to finesse him too hard. It's not necessarily a finesse. I just rather the CMC side because especially if he needs running backs, like if he's trying to get this 2 for 1, or he want, it's it's not a horrible trade, but it is what it is, bro. It don't matter if it's family or not, bro. We out here to kill. We out here to win. Allen Barkley, Walker Olave, Garrett, go there, Puka at fly. You have to play Puka in an 8 man. I don't think that's a good idea. Why do you have to play Puka in an 8 man? But yeah, you could probably say you might be fucked. But anything can happen, man. It's fantasy. It's fantasy, man. Chris said go easy on dad. Oh shit. Oh, he paid your entry fee? No mercy, bro. No mercy, bro. This is fantasy. This is life. Life ain't easy. Sorry, pops. My bad, pop. It's Puka or Pacheco or Mostert, Dotson or Hall. Oh my god, man. I mean, I guess I'd rather play actually. Dotson might be a decent play. I mean, with all the coverage going to Terry, real easy. What kind of trades would you look for on that team, though? It's a 12 man here. Let me type it. All right, yeah, type in your team, and I'll see if I can give you some. See if I can give you some ideas there. Brad, what's up, Brad? 10 team PPR: Allen, Eckler, Swift, Cup, CD, AJ Pitts, bench. MT Raheem. Okay, I think I remember. I don't know if you asked me this yesterday or the other day. I think I remember. You have Kelly too. 10 team. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think I gave you like an 8.5 or something like that. It's hard to get a 10, but you got like an 8.5. The bench is not that great. MT Raheem Dalvin is okay, but the starters are awesome. You need cup back for sure, but CD, AJ Brown, Josh Allen, Eckler, Swift is So yeah, I mean, I'd give you an 8 out of 10, Brad. 8 out of 10, and if Cup comes back, that could push you. That could push you up for sure when Cup comes back. So I don't love Swift. Pitts is fine. I'd look to try and upgrade that RB2 slot if you could. Take advantage of the upside right now, or the upside. Take advantage of the value right now with Swift after what he just did. And trade Swift and Michael Thomas for running back, or Raheem Most, Swift and anybody, Raheem, Dalvin, anybody else you got on your bench. Try and trade Swift and kind of tier up at running back here. I mean, who's some guys maybe that you can try and get? Maybe a hurt. You're not going to get a hurt Austin Eckler. ETN. I mean, Walker. Be okay with guys like that. Brees Hall. He's not playing a ton right now. Another great target. So just gotta hope the Cowboys D can get. Yeah, I mean, you can't bank on that happening every week. You can't really bank on that. But Brian, what's up, Brian? Your opinion? What's the better play, running back or wide receiver as a flex? If it's PPR, usually it's going to be running back. But if it's a 10 team, it could be. It could be. Did I say? It should be a wide receiver, but in 10 team, it could be a running back depending on who you have in the roster. So thinking either David Montgomery or Mike Williams on there. I think Mike Williams has got the upside. If you want to play it safe, you go with Monty. If you want the upside, you go with Mike Williams. I think Monty has a good game this week. I like the matchup. So, maybe you do go Monty here. But again, Mike Williams is going to give you the upside for sure. But Monty will probably give you the safer play. So just pick if you want to go risky or not. And sometimes I like to look at the opponent and say, you know what, I do need the upside this week. This guy has so and so and so and so. I need the upside. I might have to go with Mike Williams here, but Montgomery could bang in a few touchdowns as well. So I think I like Monty, but you can go either way there. Lamar, Gibbs, Sanders, Chase Waddle, Kirk Pitts, Jamal Williams, benches Odell, Gabe Davis, Mooney, Gallup, Singletary, Ravens D. Okay. Lamar, Gibbs, Sanders, Chase Waddle, Kirk. Can we upgrade Kirk or can we upgrade Sand? I mean, you got to upgrade that. I mean, that's the flex, Jamal Williams. We've got to try and upgrade that. You don't have much, it looks like. Jamal Williams and Odell, Jamal Williams and Gabe Davis, Jamal Williams and Mooney. That's really the position I want to upgrade there. So you got to give a combination of guys. You do have Chase and Waddle, so that might mitigate, some of that flex spot, but I want to upgrade that for sure. I mean, I'm fine with Sanders and Gibbs, but Jamal Williams, we got to do something with that. You need some kind of combination. You need Odell to have a good game or Gabe Davis. Just nobody really wants those guys right now, so it's going to be hard for you to upgrade there. Does somebody really like Pitts? Maybe you downgrade from Pitts to any other tight end and grab a wide receiver. That's what I'd be looking at there. Ryan, what's up, man? Offered Cup for Waddle and Brian Robinson, full PPR. Offered Cup for Waddle and Brian Robinson. Yeah, I like that. I like that for sure. It just mitigates the risk that you got to take with Cup. Cup obviously is a high reward, high risk. So Waddle, just you feel a little bit safer with Waddle. So I like that. I like that. 3 wide receiver, 1 flex. No, I picked it up, Gitz. I figured it out, man. I figured it out, bro. I made a major trade for Ekeler and Cup. Okay, you got Ekeler and Cup. What was the trade that you made? Who did you give up that you were able to get Ekeler and Cup, Brad? Zay Flowers, AJ Dillon, or Zach Moss? It's got to be Zay Flowers, I think. AJ Dillon is interesting. Zay Moss is not in this conversation because if Aaron Jones is officially out, that's going to be AJ Dillon might be a good play. But Zay Flowers, I mean, after seeing last week, you know they're going to try and get him the ball. So give me Zay Flowers there. Give me Zay. AJ's close though. It'll be interesting, especially if Aaron Jones is out. So just keep an eye on that situation. I know. He has Allen. I mean, listen, you're gonna face good teams. It's a 10-man league, 8-man league, 10-man league. Everybody's got a good team. So would like Chase and Gabe Davis, Odell for CMC and Godwin would like Chase. Would like Chase and Gabe Davis. Odell for CMC. Odell for CMC and Godwin would be practical. Would like Chase and Gabe Davis. Odell for CMC and Godwin. Okay. You want to get Chase and Gabe Davis and you want to give up Odell, CMC, and Godwin. Is that what you're saying, Gits? I'm trying to make sure I'm reading that right. Let me know, bro. I gave up Tua, Brees, Gibbs, and Debo. Tua, Brees, Gibbs, and Debo, and you got Eckler and Cup. Tua, Brees. Yeah, I like Brees and Gibbs, man. You got Eckler and Cup. Okay. You got Eckler. That's awesome. He's pretty much, what, RB1, top 3, top 5 at least. And then when Cup comes back, if you believe in Cup and you're going for that high reward, then that's not bad. I like that, Brad. That's not bad at all. Brian said, is it wise to stack Jacoby Myers when healthy and Devontae Adams? At least one of those can get in the end zone. But what do you think? Yeah, I mean, it's tough to have both of them because they're not in like this high-powered offense. So it's definitely tough to have both of those guys. But can you sell Jacoby Myers high right now after the week he had? I mean, he's out this week, but can you sell him high at the moment? Maybe you do that. Can you go out and get a Christian Kirk type, something like that? Jahmyr Gibbs be a good RB1 this week. Yeah, I think he could be a RB1 any week. It just depends on the touches that he gets. He doesn't need much touches to do work. I mean, we saw that last week. So I think he has a chance to be an RB1 almost any week. But as the season goes on, he'll get stronger and stronger. They're still kind of easing these guys in. Don't forget, these are college guys. They're not used to long seasons, the toll on their body. They're not used to this. So they're all getting kind of eased in. All right, give up Odell, Chase, and Davis. You get CMC and Godwin. You're giving up Chase. I like the idea of giving up Chase, so it's not bad. It's a pretty even trade. You pick whichever side, really, but Gabe Davis. All right, so Gabe Davis, Odell Chase, and Davis. You get CMC and Godwin. Yeah, I mean, if you want the running back, if you want the running back over the top wide receiver, I mean that's fine. It's almost just trading a top wide receiver for a top running back, and you get a better guy in return than Godwin. Better than Davis and Odell, obviously. So I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. Rob, what up, Rob? CMC for Diggs, a good move if you need a wide receiver. Yes, I mean it's a pretty lateral move as far as like the value of it. So do you like CMC more or do you like Diggs more on your team? It all kind of depends on your situation. So I'm okay with that if that's what you need to do. Ray, what's up, Ray? David Montgomery versus Seahawks or Joshua Kelly versus Titans. Oof. Standard. Had Jalen Hurts, Hawkinson, and Eagles D play already to a good start. Have Olave, Metcalf, Chubb, Barkley, and Jake Moody. You got a nice squad, man. You definitely got a nice squad. I like Monty's matchup versus the Seahawks, but Josh Kelly without Eckler, I mean, they're gonna feed him, right? He's got to get a ton of the work, but Monty's gonna get a ton of work too. So that's the tough part. I think either way, you're fine and you're pretty safe. I don't think so. Give me give me Kelly. Give me Kelly, I think. Appreciate you tuning in, Ray. Smash that like for me. Smash that subscribe, guys, if you're new. Appreciate everybody out there. I'll get to all the questions before I get out of here. Zach Moss, Josh Kelly, or Zeke Elliott? Josh Kelly, easily. Kelly Eckler is out. You're right. That's what I'm saying, Chris. Absolutely. Standard scoring for Ray's question. Kelly and Monty. Yeah, I'll probably go with Kelly if it's standard scoring. I feel like he's got some more upside, maybe. Ace, no problem, bro. You got it, man. Catch, what up, Catch? Yeah, I've been on here for a minute. I'm probably getting out of here soon, but there's Ray saying what up to Catch. What up? Kirk, Bourne, or McLaurin? Kirk, Bourne, or McLaurin? Give me Kirk against the Chiefs. Give me Kirk against the Chiefs. Give me Kirk against the Chiefs, man. Ray, appreciate you. New subscriber, appreciate you, Ray. Rob said Puka or Monty for the flex. I really do like Monty. Puka, he is a risk. I mean, if you're playing him in the flex or wide receiver 3, pretty much, like I'm okay with that. But he is a little bit banged up as well, so don't forget that. Monty, I mean, against the Seahawks, I do like the matchup, but Monty probably is going to be safer. Puka might have more upside here, even though he's going against a 49er defense. I mean, give me Monty. Give me Monty. Give me Monty, Rob. Nico, Shaheed, or Puka. I really do like Nico, but Stroud might be out. Stroud is hurt, so you got to keep an eye on Stroud there. The Saints got the Panthers. I like that, and then Puka, like we said, got the Niners. So I might have to go Shaheed there, but that's going to depend on if Stroud plays. If Stroud plays, I'm comfortable playing Nico. You can play either Nico or Shaheed there. I think are better options than Puka. Puka could go out there and get another 15 targets, but I don't know. We'll see. Being that he's a little bit banged up, he's always banged up. So, Jim, what's up, Jim? Rate my team: Prescott, Saquon, Pollard, DK, Dotson, Justin Tucker. 14 team. Okay, for a 14 team, I actually like this team a lot. Dak, Saquon, Pollard, DK, Higgins, Dotson. I really like this team actually for a 14. So I'd probably give you like an 8.5 out of 10. It's tough for me to give a 10 to anybody. It's got to be kind of perfect. But this is a really good squad for a 14 team. So I like what you did there, Jim. I like what you did there. Appreciate you for tuning in. Smash that like for me. Smash that subscribe if you're new. But that's a good squad, man. 14 team. No tight end, Chris said. No tight end. I'm trying to find where you were referring to, Chris. I'm trying to go back. Oh, see, Caddy, would you do Herbert? Is that Khalil Herbert, Chubb, Connor, Devontae, DK, Kittle, McLaurin, Gus for Mahomes, Najee, Pierce, Son? Whoa, what the? This is a huge kind of trade, but yeah, Mahomes, yeah, Sun God, JJ, Pitts, Evan. Yeah, I'm taking Mahomes side almost easily here. Chubb, Connor, that's all right. I'll take Najee and Pierce if I'm getting Sun God, JJ, and Mahomes. Yeah, give me the Mahomes side, Caddy. Which side are you on there? And is that something you're sending out? Is that something in the inbox? Let me know what's the situation there, Caddy. Let me know. Yeah, I definitely want that. Definitely want that Mahomes side. I like that, man. I like that trade a lot. Almost too much, bro. Almost too much, to be honest. SXP, what up, bro? What's good, my guy? Terry, Kirk, or Shaheed at the flex. McLaurin's got a tough matchup with Denver. I do like Kirk as they're going against the Chiefs there. So, and then you got Shaheed, who has a pretty decent matchup as well. But give me Kirk against the Chiefs and what could be a high scoring game. Give me Kirk there. Grandma gave up already and sent this in a 10-man. Sent that, yeah. So take Mahomes, man. Take Mahomes, JJ. I mean, that's a super smash. I don't know why they would even send that to you, but yeah, you got to smash that, my man. Smash that for sure. Smash that for sure. Yeah, go out and try and get T. Higgins. Go out and try and get Jalen Waddle. Go out and try and get Gibbs if people are afraid. Bijan. Any of these guys. Before I get out of here, guys, any last questions? Throw them in the chat. I'll give y'all another minute or two to get out any last questions y'all got, and then we'll be on tomorrow night, of course. 10 Eastern, I'll be on. You think Allen comes guns blazing this Sunday? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I mean, he's got to, he's got to fix the shit. So hopefully he does his thing. I mean, they're playing the Raiders, so I do expect him to have a comeback. I do expect him to come back, man. Raymond, what's up, Raymond? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Pick 2, Miles Sanders, Puka, Mike Williams, and Mike Evans. Oof, sheesh. Tough to play Puka against San Fran, especially with the injury. Mike Evans, Miles Sanders. Who does Miles Sanders got again this week? Panthers. They got the Saints, which is a pretty good defense. Give me Mike Williams and Mike Evans. I think those are the safest plays here. Mike Williams and Mike Evans, Raymond. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. Smash that like for me. Smash that subscribe, guys. If you're new, hopefully you guys are enjoying the content, enjoying the time out here, interact in the chat. We've got a lot of regulars, so appreciate all y'all. Of course, Shaheed or Bourne. Man, Bourne is tough. If Devontae Parker is out, give me Bourne. If Parker is out, give me Bourne. Give me Bourne. Just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Running back, I don't know if to start Javante or Miles Sanders. Who's Denver playing? Sanders, it's a good defensive line. Miles Sanders against the Saints. And I know Javante's not getting a ton of carries yet. Like, Miles Sanders is probably, I don't even know, is he the safer play? Would Javante be? I think Javante's pretty safe as well. I think Sanders might get more touches, but I might have to go with Javante here. Saints are a little bit of a tough defense. Hopefully Javante gets more work this week. I do expect that. So do expect that. But yeah, guys, I'll be on tomorrow. Come to tomorrow. Hopefully Hammer's on with me. My partner's on with me tomorrow. We'll be out here answering more questions tomorrow night as well. Chris, what's up, Chris? Thanks for tuning in, man. Start 2 flex PPR. London, Nico, Elijah Moore, Javonte Williams. It's got to be Elijah Moore and Javonte Williams here, I think. Nico is close, but you got to keep an eye on Stroud if Stroud plays or not. London, we can't start right now until further notice. So we're going to sit London here. Elijah Moore, I think, is an automatic start. I think he's an automatic start. He was great last week. They didn't even have to pass the ball much in a bad weather game. Give me Elijah Moore, and I think give me Javonte as well, but Nico is a close one. If Stroud plays, Nico will be interesting. So I might play Nico and Elijah Moore maybe in that case, but I think Javonte gets more work. I mean, he looked good last week. I think little by if last week was a light workload, I mean, what's a full workload, or slowly getting to a full workload. So yeah, give me Elijah Moore and Javonte, and keep an eye on Stroud. Come back tomorrow night or Sunday morning as well, as more info comes out and we got more information, just to see if anything changes there. But I go with Elijah and Javonte for now. Appreciate you, Chris. Smash that like for me and subscribe if you're new. Ridley, Bijan, or Waddle at the flat. Ridley, Bijan, or Waddle. Come on, Ace. Seriously, bro. It's got to be Ridley at this point. I mean, Bijan, of course, you want to start, but when he is splitting with Algier, he's not getting a ton of the work left yet. Give me Ridley against the Chiefs in what could be some kind of a shootout for sure. What could be a shootout for sure. But let me know what you think, Chris. You think Elijah Moore and Javonte? Do you like that? Yeah, London, unfortunately, is not playable if you've got other options. But all right, guys, come through tomorrow night. We'll be on live Sunday as well. So tomorrow night at 10 Eastern, Sunday morning. What do we do? I think we did 11:30 to 1 pretty much right before the game. Yeah, that must be the 4-man league or something like that. But everybody plays in different kind of leagues. So in my flex, Gabe, Perrine, Puka, or Romeo. Romeo is that Romeo. I think Perrine will probably be the safest. Gabe is going to be, hit or miss. He's got to catch a bomb. Puka, tough matchup, injury. Give me Romeo, especially after he did last week, and especially if Christian Watson is out again. Aaron Jones is out, so they could be leaning on some of these guys. So my bad, Caddy. Did I miss it? Oh, I missed it. My bad, Caddy. My bad. Would you go Goddard, Walker for Kelsey? Hell yeah, I'll take Kelsey. Are you kidding me? In an 8-man, Kelsey's a cheat code, dude. If you can get Kelsey, I don't know if you can get Kelsey, but if you can get Kelsey, yeah, man. For sure. My bad, Caddy. I must have skipped right over it. I appreciate you, Chris. No problem, Caddy. All right, guys. I got to get up out of here. So until next time, until tomorrow, see y'all.